Joining me now, Miami head coach Jim Larranaga, the coach who floats like a butterfly and stings like a bee. Are you even aware right now, Jim, that you are like the king of the internet after doing the Muhammad Ali shadow boxing thing after the post game the other night?
No, my wife has been watching it because she really enjoyed the reaction of our team. Our players jumped up and they were doing the Ali shuffle and the shadow boxing as well.
That's actually something I noticed and I loved as well. And that's what says so much about this team. They were having fun, and you've preached that all year, right?
Well, I think the most important thing to teach your players is life skills. And we try to tell our guys that life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. And we want them to be positive. We want them to be happy. We want them to enjoy the journey. And we've been enjoying this ride since the beginning of the season, and we continue to enjoy it. And we certainly enjoyed our weekend in Austin, Texas.
Now, you've long been known as a coach who has great pre- and post-game speeches. Did you think you were going to do that? Did you plan to do that going in?
I didn't think about it. I didn't plan it. And I normally plan a lot of things. But what happened during the game, I kept preaching to the guys to be fighters, to fight through this, that there was adversity, and that Illinois was tough, and they were fighting for every loose ball and every rebound, and we needed to do the same and elevate our toughness. And after the game, as I was walking to the locker room, I wanted to emphasize how well they fought. And the first thing that ran through my mind is the greatest boxer of all time is Muhammad Ali. So I went in there and I said, hey, I asked you guys to fight. And I look out there, I saw Muhammad Ali, and then I just broke into the Ali shuffle. I don't know what made me do it. And it was kind of crazy, but the players enjoyed it, and that's what's important.
I did love. They all jumped up and started doing it too. This team, again, we're talking about how much fun this team has. Julian Gamble, you probably know, has been photobombing everyone after every post-game interview. Again, it says something that these guys are enjoying this ride.
Well, I saw that for the first time last night when I was watching a Shane Larkin interview. My wife was surfing the internet, and she said, have you seen this? What is Julian doing? And so I looked at it, and I said, oh, it's called photo bombing. And he's just going to – and he was, like, jumping up and down or raising up and down. He was out of the picture, then in the picture, out of the picture, in the picture. And I told her, I think Chris Bosh of the Miami Heat started that.
Yes, I was talking to Julian. I think after your first win in Greensboro, he said, hey, I want to do this. And I said, that's cool, that's fine. I think I was talking to Kenny Kaji. He said, I want to do this. I said, that's fine. He kept doing it. I think for every interview, if he wasn't being the guy that was interviewed, he was jumping into everyone, photobombing them all. And again, it's proof that this team is enjoying the ride, even though, tell me, are they feeling the pressure? 2 wins from the Final Four?
No. You know, pressure is something internal that you put on yourself. And there's a lot of expectation by fans and the media. But I tell the guys, you know, you can only control the things you can control. We can't control what the media reports, but we can control how we react to it. And the best reaction is, hey, don't pay attention to it. Just be yourself, have fun, enjoy the ride.
One more thing I want to talk about from Greensboro in the ACC championship game. After the game, I've never heard of this. Roy Williams walked into your locker room and spoke to your team. How did that happen?
You know, one of the things I've always loved about the ACC is we've got a lot of great coaches, and they're real leaders in our profession. And Roy Williams is one of the best, and I think he just felt good about the competition that Carolina and Miami had this year. He was impressed with the job our players did, and kind of wanted to share that with them that, you know, he's been through this. He's won national championships. And he sees something good in our team, and he wanted to let them know that he was very proud of them. And he did that in a very first-class manner, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was incredible. He said, you know, I hate playing against you. I love watching you guys play. And he said, I couldn't offer a better compliment than that. It was really an incredible moment. Now, up next, Marquette. You guys have the deepest front court in the country, and you're not really getting to use them so far with these smaller teams. It looks like Marquette could do the same thing, right? Spread you out?
Well, they are very guard-oriented. They're different than some of the teams we've played recently because they really attack the basket, both driving the ball and offensive rebounding. A lot of the teams we've faced recently have been three-point shooting teams. So everything is about matchups and who's playing well that day. We've been able to use different guys, an Eric Swope or Ryan Brown to come in off the bench and give us a nice lift.
We've talked about Shane Larkin and the level he's playing at this year. And I know he goes out and hits the clutch three-pointer in the final minute to beat Illinois. I don't know if everyone knows the story of how he ended up in Miami and how you were recruiting him actually back in the days when you were at George Mason.
Well, my staff and I started recruiting Shane when he was just finished as a 10th grader. We saw him play in an AAU tournament. We were the first school to offer him a scholarship. We recruited him all through that summer and all through the next year. We loved his game. We loved his attitude, loved his family. Lisa and Barry Larkin are just tremendous. And we just wanted to make Shane aware that if he comes to George Mason, you know, we think he can be a great, great player. And then he signed with DePaul, but then we made the move to Miami, and he actually called us 3 days before school began saying, hey, I'm not going to go to DePaul. Would you have room for me? Do you need a point guard? Do you have a scholarship? And we needed a point guard. We had a scholarship. He came, and he's had 2 great seasons for us so far.
Good luck against Marquette, and hopefully a week from now I will be seeing you guys in Atlanta. Good luck to the Miami Hurricanes and Coach Jim Larranaga.
Thank you.